Hi there, this is BB. Um, just making another video today about um, what's happening to me, and is is the way, I guess, it's the way how I look at the people who are behind this, based on what's happening to me. I mean, I can only call it or make a suggestion or make a hypothesis based on what's happening to me. I mean, how they may deal with their next door neighbor, how they may deal with their cat, they may deal with their in-laws. I am not an expert on that, but from what's happening to me, I can make an educated guess and an educated summarization of how entitled they feel. It's like a sense of entitlement they have. They feel a sense of entitlement to, like, it's their right to do this to us. Like they are well within the boundaries or the confines of legal or laws to do this. Because I don't know if you've noticed, but I have. It's like they don't stop. And they seem to get worse and worse and worse, to the point where I believe they don't see us like human beings. They see us like a means to an end, whether it's cash, whether it's property, whether it's whatever is motivating them. In most cases, it's going to be money. Like, again, a lot of people may feel it's, government agencies are behind them. And in many cases, that may be true. But I also believe that private people have information on the same tactics that are used by the FBI, the CIA, Homeland Security, and they're using it on a smaller scale on each other. They're using it on people like me and you. Part of it may be that the CIA, the government, doesn't want to acknowledge that this technology does exist, that it is out there. And it will probably raise a lot of questions. The public will ask questions. Well, why would you do this? This doesn't seem humane. This doesn't seem right. And I think their blatant denial of it would cause them to just cover it up. That may be one possibility. But people who are hacking, you will find that people who are hacking don't just hack the next door neighbor or hack into the porn directory. They hack places with security systems that have information that is not normally public knowledge. And government agencies, may think that they're secure, but to a hacker, nobody is secure. This is why there are hackers that are out there and they're being caught. But before they're caught, they tend to do a lot of damages. They tend to have access to a lot of people's information. This is why they're called hackers. Now, they have access to what kind of weapons are being used covertly and how these weapons are made, and they can make something makeshift. Like, this is how people make pipe bombs. This is how people make Molotov cocktails. They learned it from somewhere. This is how they make probably grenades, weapons, mostly weapons, because they see the technology, they use similar ingredients, and they come up with something that is just as devastating, maybe on a smaller scale, but can kill people as well. So it's the same thing, I believe, what's happening here. Because in my case, I don't believe it's the government. I believe it's private people, and I know who they are. I don't know. Money is part of the motivation. Money. My grandma had some rare stamps. Like I said, and the stamps are missing. The stamps are missing. Personal items belonging to me personally are missing as well. So that could be a possibility, but I don't know what else could it be, because I've never gotten arrested for anything. I've never been, the only time I've been inside a police station was to make a report. Never been in a police station as being arrested. I don't even have a traffic ticket because I don't drive. I've never driven. I don't have a license. I don't know how to drive. I have a fear. So what this could amount to is what could possibly be. It's got to be money is their angle. The people who are doing this to me, I don't know them like that. We don't have a family feud. I don't know their family. I've never spoken to their family. I've seen relatives of the neighbor that I had before from a distance. I never spoke to these people. So it's not like a long feud that they're taking revenge for. The only thing is money. The only thing you think of is money. But, and it's, especially if they've already stolen the stamps, this is overkill. They've been doing this to me in my face, in a way, for over a year. These people have chased me out of my house that I lived in for 4.5 years. It was a rental. But nevertheless, that was my place. I was paying for it. Never had a problem with anyone. I didn't know at the time when I moved that all of this was going to happen to me when I moved. Otherwise, I probably would have never moved. But something was wrong because I became paranoid, like really, really paranoid, to the point where I was saying it out, telling people I was talking to on the phone, because I lived alone, that I was paranoid, and I didn't understand why. Suddenly, I got very, very paranoid. Like really paranoid. Like something was going to happen. And I don't know if they were drugging me. I don't know. If that's the case, then for how long? For how long prior to that were they doing it? Something came to a head at that point, and they either got scared or they knew they had to do something. Well, I don't know. I don't know what happened. And the reason I'm not telling what my version of the events are, or what happened here, is because I'm still hoping that there's law enforcement that will do something to help me. As of yet, though, I don't seem to have much luck in that area. And I think that because they're watching, they know, that's what's giving them what's the word? The encouragement to keep doing this. That's what's giving them the encouragement to keep doing this. That's right now, I can smell like gas. I don't know where it's coming from. I can smell like gas. My stove is off and I can smell it. Now, why am I, like, again, unless I have a tumor or a growth that's pressing down on certain areas of my brain, that's not happening. That's not happening. I have a crick in my throat. It dries out my throat a lot. Dries out my throat. My head, right to the back here on the right side, is really hurting badly. When I moved from California, I ended up living in a motel in Oklahoma. That's like the worst place for us. Those key cards, they can get in those doors like child play. Every time I left my room and I came back, there were roaches in the refrigerator. Literal roaches people were putting in the refrigerator. I'm a coffee drinker and I buy the creamer because it's cheaper. It tastes like, I don't know what they were putting in it, if they were putting something in it, because it had a different taste altogether. Tastes like rice wine. I don't know. I don't know what they were doing, but there was a time, like I said before, I lost a whole day. I lost a day. I really lost a day. Like one day, no, I don't even smoke cigarettes. Nothing that really affects my thinking faculties. I don't drink, I don't do drugs, I don't smoke cigarettes. I thought it was Wednesday, and then turned out it was Friday. A whole day I lost. It was, I don't know what happened. I remember one of the days, like there were 2 days, but one of them I vaguely remembered. I went for a drive with my friend, but one day, and he said that he kept calling me and I did not answer. I remember that. He kept calling me, called me several times and I didn't answer. I didn't hear the phone ring. I don't know what happened to that day. And when I became aware of myself, there was like a bump on my left hip. Like, you know, when somebody injects you with something, it has the tissue gets a little firm, it gets a little hard, it gets a little knot-like. That was there. I thought that maybe a spider bite. And the back of my head here was pounding. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, before I left the motel room, there were like 15 holes all over the ceiling. And the smell of chlorine was overpowering. One day I left the cat, I went to dinner with my friend, I came back. The cat was bleeding on the top of her head. There was nothing in there to hurt her like that. It's bleeding on the top of her head. These things happened. They did happen. The cat's alive, I think, by the grace of God, and so am I. But I just want to look at how entitled these people feel. It's almost they feel like it's within their rights to do this. Now, if they feel threatened by me in some way, like I'm going to hurt them or hurt their family or hurt their kids or hurt their parents, shouldn't they take this to the police and have the police look at it? Shouldn't they at least try to do this the legal way? Because it seems to me they're doing a lot of illegal things, and I'm the one who's getting blamed for trying to hurt them and acting like they're defending themselves, if that's what's happening. I'm not sure. If they felt, well, they stole from me or they did something to me and I became aware of it, and I'm like public enemy number one to them, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. First of all, nobody's looking for them. I am not looking for them. I just want to get on with my life. And they can't seem to let that happen. They can't seem to let that happen. They're hacking me relentlessly, and they're paying people to do this too. I know they are. See, prior to last year, June, I did not know what gang stalking was. I had no idea what this is. And I guess for most of you, before it actually started happening, or before you became aware of it, you probably didn't know anything about it either. You had to take a crash course to educate yourself to find out what the hell was really going on, like I did. Because they come at you from all around. Bam, 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 bam. They don't stop. Relentless. Like they want to say, I am here. I'm going to fuck you up. That's the message. So that's the problem. This is what we have to go through every single day. This is what we have to go through every single day. I am here. The message to me is they're here and they're going to fuck me up. And I think that's the message everybody out there who's going through this legitimately is getting the same message. So in most cases, I don't think it's I could be wrong. But in some cases, I should say, I don't think it's government agency. I think it's a technology the government agencies may use. Some may deny the existence of such methods, but they're being used on a smaller scale by people against each other. They know that the government is not going to really do anything because they don't want to acknowledge that they use certain types of warfare. Because to me, what was happening to us, these people are terrorists. They're called domestic terrorists. This is domestic terrorism. I don't think they understand that. I think they zone out from accountability, from being responsible, or from the sheer horrendousness of their own actions. They zone out. Because they get in a gang, a group, this is why it's called gang stalking, and they pump each other up. They make it seem it's okay. The sheer horribleness of their action seems to evade them somehow. They don't want to focus on that. If you fart in your home, they will take that, well, you bad, you must get beaten down for that. Think about what I'm saying. To do this to me for over a year nonstop. What motivates this person? What keeps them motivated? What is their motivation? How does one do that? How does one keep themselves motivated to destroy a woman like this? And I'm peeing blood already. I literally had blood in a toilet bowl. I have to go for the doctor for it. It's not easy for me right now, but I'm still alive. And I still want to get on with my life. But I'm not being afforded that luxury by them right now. It's like they hold all the cards. They hold all the cards. They've stolen everything probably from me, fucked up a lot of finances, not just inheritances, but business that I created for myself with these hands and this head. I didn't ask anybody for help. I created it. There's not inheritance now, not somebody else's toil or sweat. Me, I did it. And they're jacking it up. They've destroyed everything almost. The only thing left is the breath that God gave me. And that's what I think what they want. I guess I'm like a threat to them. Before they did all of this to get to this point, they should have stopped, or they could have stopped anywhere along the line. If they know if they do ABC, then they're going to have to do the ultimate and put the person out of commission. They should have stopped themselves. That's all I'm saying. Nobody has a right to do this. And the government should not let us go through this anymore. They need to clamp down on this. They really need to do so. Peace out.